this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Next Issue podcast. It's funny. I didn't click live until we were like maybe 5 seconds into the intro.
Jeez.
I just let the timer run.
Hey, you know what? When you weren't here and I was trying to run stuff with Josh, it was a hot mess. So you're always running it better than me.
And then I was distracted because I was trying to get our YouTube link up. And I saw that Andy Serkis is on the panel, right? Like his panel is on right now for Star Wars Celebration. And I was like, oh, I got distracted. But welcome everyone to Happy Star Wars Celebration. To anyone that's I was wondering why everything was happening so early in the day, and it's because they're in Europe.
Yeah, so it's right like 3 o'clock in the afternoon there.
Yeah, so it's like afternoon, evening over there almost. So that's why we got so much stuff early. So, and we'll talk about that later on during our main segment. But we're gonna catch up a little bit now before we went live. Kyle, you were telling us about a couple of movies, and one of them was not a new movie that you watched at the theater.
It's Alamo Drafthouse. They were doing a screening a couple weeks ago of The Return of Swamp Thing.
Yes.
Which is a horrifically, wonderfully bad film. Oh my god!
It's fun bad.
Yeah, well, it's also Heather Locklear's first film too, I think.
Oh wow, man, she had done a lot of TV before she hit film.
Yeah,
that's wild.
I could be wrong, but I thought it was her first official like starring role. But then I watched that film and I forgot how bad it was. Even as watching it as a kid, you know it's bad. But this one is just like, oh god.
Is it as campy as the poster?
Oh yeah, if not more.
Oh yeah, they turned up the camp in the sequel.
Oh my god.
Oh, so this is a sequel to the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first one was made more of an actual horror film. This one they just kind of went, well, we got this beautiful girl from T.J. Hooker, and you just can't really take anybody seriously in there. Yeah.
Is she supposed to be Arcane?
So what? Well, that's Abigail. That's Arcane's stepdaughter.
Supposed to be Abby Arcane. Check it out.
What the?
Sorry, that was Siri. She wanted to chime in.
It's her second movie. She actually played the mom in Firestarter, Drew Barrymore's mom.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, but that was like 5 years before this.
Yeah.
I've only seen the other one, the new Firestarter. So.
Yeah, and they got 2 kids in here that just, oh my god, like it sort of makes for some of the humor in the film, but sometimes you just want to smack.
They are pretty annoying, but that was kind of like sometimes in the story they would follow like characters in the swamp more than just the Swamp Thing.
What kind of audience goes to these type of things, Kyle? Because I think
was a mix of everything. It was like I think people just watching old for nostalgia and too who just like the B horror films.
Okay, that's what I wanted to, because I'm trying to think, like I feel like some of these younger kids that are like learning about, there's all these old movies that like I like all this, I like the superhero stuff, or I like Swamp Thing.
This was definitely not that.
Okay. Well, maybe people were excited to see the announcement James Gunn did for the new Swamp Thing movie.
True, yeah.
James
Mangold.
He's going to be doing Swamp Thing, and we know his work from Logan.
Yeah,
we got a little bit of a tease after all the announcements that week. Like James Mangold put up a tweet with just a picture of Swamp Thing, so like but nothing had been confirmed. And this weekend over at Celebration, he finally. I mean, I love that they just talk about they talk to these people about everything. Like, right, he's there for Star Wars because he's making a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Which is cool too. Like, oh, man,
dude, we're getting good stuff.
Yeah. So
I just saw Frank Welker does voices in Return of the Swamp Thing. Do you know that, Kyle?
Yeah. I think he did. I think he did some of the monsters.
So
and a parrot.
Yeah.
What is the loose plot of this Swamp Thing movie?
Basically, Swamp Thing's still around. Like, Arcane's supposed to have died in the first film, but the scientist, all his company scientists brought him back and turned him back into human, but he's only got so much time because they're trying to find a way to revert him to human and make him immortal.
Okay.
And so Abby, his stepdaughter, it was Arcane was married to her mother.
Yeah.
And she had some DNA that was supposed to help, he loved her, but it also has some DNA that was supposed to help give him immortality, but she was killed by one of the doctors he worked with by accident. And so he realizes that Abby has the same DNA and he wants to use her, even at the cost of her own life. But then again, she ends up falling in love with, it's human falls in love with a salad, basically. It's because, at one point, they blow up. The great part is they blow up Swamp Thing in the swamp and eat all this, swamp green ends up going through the sewer pipes of his mansion and ends up forming up in the bathtub, comes down, helps her escape. As they're driving out of the compound, she picks up a shotgun and is killing off everybody like it was fucking Hogan's Alley or something and hitting every target. And it's like, good work. Until they drive and eventually, she wakes up and goes, hey, welcome to my place. And she's in a part of the swamp. And she's like, and you realize this is a girl who basically can't, it has a dissociation with society, but she can't deal with people, but she loves plants. And, so she ends up falling in love with Swamp Thing, and you give her this little bit of green kind of vegetable that they both eat, and mentally psychically they're able to have sex with each other. And it's just like, oh, dear God.
Well, like in the comic, I think the way that they had sex was like that Swamp Thing would grow like a fruit on him.
Yeah.
And share it with her, and then it would become some sort of psychedelic.
That's kind of what they did. Yeah.
Link. Yeah.
Except, of course, at the end, she dies because Arcane, takes out her life essence, and he takes her to the swamp and he touches her, and you see this green kind of mystical essence come off his hand and goes into her, and she comes back to life. And he goes, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but are you sure this is what you want? She's like, of course. And then right before he goes to the end, you see a flower come out of her foot. So it's like, oh, here we go.
She becomes part of the green.
I know.
That's even, and it's funny because all the Swamp Thing I've read, that's already been a part of the mythology, and all that. But I think before that the green is a newer concept, right?
Yeah.
It's compared to
he had a little bit of mystical powers, but it was nothing like what they show in the comic book. He's going through at the very last thing where he goes to rescue Abby and he evades the compound. He's doing Batman shit where he's hiding and comes in and just knocks him out. It's like, okay, it doesn't have these controlling plans or anything. He's just going through punching people and knocking them out. So it's like,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And
of course, this is Dick Durock, who was the original Swamp Thing. Will go into playing the TV show, and for most people don't know, actually played a Hulk because he was actually in the original Bill Bixby TV series. Where he actually played another Hulk that the Hulk has to fight.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, he's done the ultimate crossover.
Yeah.
Before there were crossovers. Now, the Swamp Thing TV series that DC had for a while was fantastic.
The live action
it is the complete opposite of this.
The animated series was garbage.
Yeah. It's not good. But if you get a chance to track down the
I've seen it.
Yeah. It's just American Gothic horror, and it's done so well. And the fact that they just screwed up on a tax thing, they lost $40 million right off the bat.
Whoa. Which TV show are we talking about?
You're talking about the DC Universe.
The DC Universe.
Yeah, don't forget there was a 90s Swamp Thing TV series also.
Yeah, I have that one, but that one aired on USA. It was so bad.
I know.
I mean, it was kind of like, I don't know. I want to say it was like an anthology within a series where they would tell stories within the swamps with certain characters, but then have other stories kind of come in and out.
Yeah.
I need to go back and rewatch it, but I love the DCU version of it because it also had the first live appearance of Blue Devil.
Yeah.
And so that's been the first character I think that shows up in a Swamp Thing from the DC Universe.
also the Floronic Man. Is that what he's called?
Yes.
That was, man. So I've been reading Poison Ivy, and that it's all kind of related. Like the newest run, like a lot of those characters, like everyone that's kind of plant based, I guess. So
And I hope James puts a lot of that in there. If they're
Mhm.
going to be tied together a big DC universe, I hope the Swamp Thing is about the green. It
Yeah.
pulls in Poison Ivy. We see other creatures that are affected by it. And Floronic Man is in the comics looks very like just more horror like.
like
Yeah.
he's kind of a rotting plant type of, yeah.
Yeah, but the version in the DCU is wild looking. Like he's a special feature that you have to watch at the last scene and go through the credits, and they show a version of him. But you can find pictures of him online that are amazing. They did a
Oh, yeah.
great job with him, and the actor that plays him also played the Blob in X-Men Wolverine Origins.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I love that actor. He's
Great.
He's in. I think he's in Justified. I'm pretty sure he's in Justified.
Yeah, he's in
You
Law. He was in Law.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Sorry, I was watching. I had the stream on. I'm just seeing Andy Serkis is saying goodbye, and I hope everyone's just chanting like Snoke, like as he leaves.
Dude, but like when we last left him in Andor,
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't swim
Oh,
during the prison escape.
that
And
was
so
heartbreaking.
his storyline's left hanging. Will we see him again?
He's one with the Force. You know, he'll be
Ye-
saved.
It gave me, so that moment gave me vibes of like in Shawshank Redemption when the OG like gets out, like he finally gets out and he doesn't know what to do in real, like obviously it's a different story beat, but like the feeling I got from watching it, I was like, oh, this dude did so much to like get all these people out. And I don't know, man. Shawshank, good movie.
I mean, Andor like is an amazing series, but Andy Serkis takes it to another level. Like I'm a super fan of his because of his Planet of the Apes stuff. But in that show, you see his story arc, and when you see him realize what's going to happen to them, like in his face, in his actions, he's so damn good.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you expect from the director of Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage.
You know what? Here's my stunt casting for DCU. Have him play Darkseid.
Oh, that'd be. I wonder if there's another character I would rather him play. I wonder also if he still wants to, how much like motion capture he still wants to do. I feel like he's ready to kind of move on to the next part of his career because we've seen him more in person recently now or behind the camera. So maybe he's already prepared the next generation of like motion capture or actors and
Dude, it's Darkseid. You get the best guy available, and that's Andy.
I mean, that's true. I can't argue with that.
You know who the second guy I put up there is? Terry Notary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Terry Notary, for those, he was in Planet of the Apes as Rocket. He played Obsidian Black as one of the Black Order, and he was Gordy in Nope. He was the monkey in Nope.
Speaking of Planet of the Apes, real quick, since we're talking about stuff that we read / watched, did any of you guys read the new comic?
I haven't been to the comic store in a while.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a code, Clay, because I got 2.
Oh, okay, good, yeah. Josh had it and said he was gonna let me read his on his library. So
it is here, because I got a blank variant to take to conventions at some point.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, it's written by David F. Walker,
who's great. I love his stuff.
Oh yeah, and Dave Watcher is the artist here, and I think they're taking stuff from like the later the newer movies, like they're kind of going in that direction. You can see this scene is very reminiscent of that.
Yeah, that's right out of Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
So I really enjoyed it because we are looking. The book is more about the state of the world throughout all those years in like the downfall of humanity, which it can be a little jarring because like we're still in a pandemic. So like the fact that the book focuses on some of that. But it was very well done, and I love the way Watcher does the apes. Like I love when the apes are characters themselves. Like because they do the sign language and you can tell, and a lot of the time, humans are communicating with apes. Some of them can because of sign language and stuff, but then when the humans don't think that the apes are smart enough to kind of talk amongst themselves, because that's something that's also in this book, where they're like, yeah, sure, you can tell us all these things, but we know better, right? We know humans. We've known humans for a long time. So it's really good, really fun. So I'll send you that so you could take a look. I highly recommend you check it out. I think you're gonna enjoy it specifically. So
I was so excited to see Marvel get it.
yeah, they had it a long time ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was like
They had it back in like the late 70s or 1980. They had a Planet of the Apes right around the same time they were doing Logan's Run and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were like the boom of the 70s. They acquired all the movie rights. They were doing. I think Jack Kirby drew 2001. I'm trying to think who drew Blade Runner.
It almost feel. Oh, there it is. Logan's Run. Look at that. Yeah. All the licensed stuff was done.
Not to mention, hold on.
Crawl,
greatness.
And I had to pick up a whole bunch. They had a whole bunch of these, but Further Adventures of Indiana Jones, just to kind of play a part we're going to be talking about. These are amazing. These are amazing. I'm having a lot of fun reading this shit. Oh my god.
I remember that as a kid because I was like, rarely does the film transfer well to like any other media, but the comics somehow were able to tell the stories in the best way.
The Further Adventure of Indiana Jones. I mean, because we're never going to get okay. We got the Young Adventures of Indiana Jones, which I still enjoyed that, but this one was,
I've returned to the Young Indiana Jones and tried to watch it. It's not very tight story, so it's like very long, and so it takes a long time to get there. And sometimes when you're watching the youngest version, not Sean Patrick Flannery, but the younger kid, you're just it's like reading an Encyclopedia Brown novel as a kid. You're just kind of following him on the adventure, and it's just there's not as much excitement as when he's older and really getting into shit and fights and
exactly
action.
Yeah, so stay tuned. If you're watching this live, we'll be looking at the newest trailer at being right before the end of the episode, so stay tuned for that. I'm excited. I think I'll probably have to revisit the Indiana Jones movies, because I think I've seen all of them at some point, but it's been so long that I don't remember. Like, unfortunately, the one that sticks the most in my head is the latest one, because that's the one I actually went to watch at the theater.
Yeah.
Which I think if you edit out a few of those longer parts, like, it's probably not as bad of a movie. Like, the story beats are still pretty interesting, and like, the end is just kind of like CG garbage, but so we'll see. But I'm excited about this new one. Like, I love was it Phoebe Waller-Bridge?
Yeah, she seems to be a good addition. I'm curious, how the story's going to play out, because it looks like they de-age him a lot to go back and tell like backstory. So
yeah.
But even though the last one was not my favorite or even enjoyable, I'll still go see this one.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, Temple of Doom was one of the greatest movie experiences I had as a kid. It was one of the first times I realized, they do novelizations of the movie. So I had read the whole thing, and like, to me at that time, like, Short Round was just this. He was like Robin. Like, before I was really into Batman and sidekick type comics, I was like, like, this is what Robin would be. And so I loved seeing those adventures, and just the way the sequel seemed to be bigger and darker, and like, just opening with a musical sequence was wild, but still fun because they turned it into an entire action sequence.
Would you like to give Alden Ehrenreich another shot and let him be a young Indiana Jones?
Oh, it's the guy who played Solo?
Yeah. And this is going only because apparently they kind of look alike, which they kind of do.
Maybe. If Harrison Ford gave his blessing, then I'd be okay with it.
I don't know, man. That kind of pigeonholes him. He's playing two Harrison Ford roles. I mean, what's next? Prequel to Blade Runner?
Yeah, look how many roles he could take on eventually just by being. See, there we go.
I mean,
it's been confirmed. Solo for Indy. Let's go.
As much as I hate to say, is the guy doing much now?
he was just in that Cocaine Bear movie.
Oh, he was in Cocaine.
Yeah, you just watched him in a movie. He was the brother, the reluctant son of the drug dealer.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Outside of that, what? I mean, I have to look his IMDb up. I mean, like,
I
I
think
don't
he's been
remember.
doing more TV stuff too.
Okay.
So I don't.
He
but
did
yeah,
a Coen Brothers film.
Okay.
I just know that when I went to watch Cocaine Bear, I was like, oh, that's Solo.
And I love Solo. I think he did a great job. It's hard to be compared to Harrison Ford and that legacy.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with Brandon Routh. I mean, when he did Superman, you know,
Mhm.
it's like, I mean, granted, he got a lot of hate for other stuff when he didn't deserve it, but I mean, they're trying to live him up to. I mean, it's Brandon Routh trying to live up to the legacy of Christopher Reeves, and it's Ewan McGregor trying to live up to the legacy of fucking
Alex Guinness.
Alex Guinness. Yeah, you know.
That one he kind of nailed.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
will
I
say-
think he nailed it better in the series than he did in the movies.
Well, it was two different things. I mean, like, first you got to realize Obi-Wan himself had to come as like a snarky teenager, and that's what he did,
Yeah.
you know, with the Phantom Menace, and he's kind of growing from there. When he comes into, you know, the only thing we knew of Obi-Wan beforehand is a very bitter, kind of old, kind of beaten
just
down,
a jaded man,
yeah, and that's what he was playing in the series. So
yeah. I do want to say the only other I love Brandon Routh, but I really only know him from like his superhero stuff. But on TikTok, I keep seeing clips of a show where he was a cop.
yeah.
He was a
Oh, yeah.
bad cop too.
No, yeah,
Like,
no,
he was like a real
The
racist
Rookie.
cop.
No, it's The Rookie with Nathan Fillion.
He's on that. Oh, is that it? Because
Yeah.
it's like the show where he's always trying to like arrest everyone. And
Yeah, no, yeah.
he's
And it was
a real
season
asshole.
season 3 of The Rookie with Nathan Fillion.
Okay.
I really hope that they bring him back as like the Kingdom Come version of Superman. Like
Yeah.
I loved seeing him play that version in Legends, and I think he really deserves some redemption as Superman.
Brandon Routh was in Chuck.
He was.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I didn't really watch Chuck.
Chuck was
Superman and Shazam team up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But speaking of Cocaine Bear, Kyle, you said also you mentioned that you had just watched that movie.
Yeah, no, like I watched it the day before I went to go see Swamp Thing.
What did you think?
I
It's on
liked
Peacock
it a
now.
lot. Yeah, I mean, I like when I realized it was set in the 80s, I was like, okay, now I know where they're going for. What gets me is the fact I can't believe Elizabeth Banks directed this thing. Of all the fucking films, I'm like going, huh, okay. But I
Dude,
guess,
I saw some of those scenes and I was like, does Elizabeth Banks need to like direct some kind of like comedy slasher movie?
oh shit.
Well, she did Charlie's Angels, and so I was like, maybe I need to go watch
No,
that.
I like her Charlie's Angels.
I've
Like,
heard nothing good about that
I
film.
found that it's well now you have it's really entertaining, I think. But
Yeah,
I
but you
also really like
never mind.
what's the name? Damn it, Kristen.
Oh,
Stewart.
Stewart.
Yeah, Kristen Stewart. Thank you. I was like, it's not Dunst. Don't say Dunst. But yeah, I thought it was a fun movie. And
Well,
but I
but-
don't have a lot of.
But also
Charlie's
going,
Angels.
this is the girl who played Rita Repulsive in the new Power Rangers film, and then also was Miri and Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
She was Miri. Another Brandon Routh film.
Yeah.
Do you remember her in 40-Year-Old Virgin?
No, I have to go back and watch it. I only saw that film once, and I have to go back and watch
She was
it.
also in Spider-Man, the Raimi's Spider-Man film. She was.
Oh yeah,
she's Betsy
yeah,
Bryant.
Betty Ross,
Yeah,
Betsy Bryant, Betsy Bryant, yeah,
Betsy
Betsy
Bryant.
Bryant. Yeah, that's right.
So good. All right. Well, speaking of the '80s, I'll jump in here. Last weekend.
Speaking of the 80s.
On Saturday.
Tell us about the 80s.
Yeah, please.
Let me tell you about this movie that showed me everything about the '80s.
Oh,
I watched Air.
I want to see this.
The Air Jordan movie. It is so much fun.
I heard this is getting some really good stuff. Like a friend of mine that was on Facebook said he saw Air and he basically has his nominations for the next Academy Awards.
It's really good. Like everyone really performs very well. I think I like Ben Affleck movies. I like The Town. What's the other movie? Fargo. I mean, not Fargo. Argo. Sorry, Argo.
Yeah, both
Not
are really
Fargo.
good.
So I like Ben Affleck movies, and this one, like, I'm not a big sneaker guy. Like,
Oh, I am, but like
I love Nikes.
there's a I'll define it. There's a show my friend got me tied into. That's it's part of a sneaker channel on YouTube. But there's one episode where they actually go to celebrities and they meet in different sneaker shops, specialty stores in different cities.
Yeah,
And they have one because they're in Austin because of South by Southwest because of Air. and you've got Damon, Affleck, and you've got Tucker all there talking about thing, and then at the end of the episode, they all end up buying shoes, and you realize how much money they're spending on these fucking shoes. I'm not going.
Oh
like,
yeah, dude.
Some buy like maybe 2 pairs, and it's like maybe $200, and then some people are just like, I'll buy 15 from a family and everything, and they're coming out with like over $8,000. I'm like, dear God.
But like not growing, like by the time I was a teenager interested in shoes, Air Jordan was already like a brand, right? Like it was already like what people wanted to wear. So the fact that going back to this movie that's telling you that all the basketball players, they were either wear like Converse or Adidas, I'm like, no way. Like I know Converse are popular, but I can't even like imagine people playing basketball in Converse. Like I have flat feet, so I can't really wear Converse. And like I like Adidas, but I've always seen that more of a like a soccer type of shoe, just because they're German and stuff. So yeah, the movie's really great, and even though you kind of know like the ending because we've lived it, it's based on the story. It's really interesting. The portrayals of all the characters. Chris Tucker's great.
Oh yeah.
I think he should do more stuff. I feel like he's having kind of a comeback moment if he can really get into it.
Rush Hour 4.
I
just wanted to see everyone go no.
No, I mean, I'm not hating it. Just we've already had 3. I'm just kind of I'm already over the Rush Hour kind of thing.
I don't know. Jackie Chan's still cranking out movies.
I'm not saying I don't want to see Jackie Chan. I just don't necessarily know I want a Rush Hour 4.
I would probably watch it. I leave even the third one, which is not my favorite. Like I still kind of leave it on when it's on TV. So yeah, I like some of the stuff hasn't aged well in the Rush Hour films, and the TV will tell you that too. Like they'll give you a disclaimer beforehand. But I still enjoy. I
will say this: talking about the period pieces, I want to see Air, but the other one I want to see is Tetris.
Oh, yeah. I did watch that one. I think we were talking about it last.
Oh, you saw it already?
Yeah, because it's out on Apple TV.
I don't have Apple TV.
I don't have Apple TV.
So I don't know. Like, yeah, Apple TV is weird because if you want to watch stuff, like, I don't know how to watch it outside of my Apple devices. Like, I don't like if I just want to watch it on a desktop or something. But Tetris is fun. I don't know if you guys have read the Box Brown book, Tetris. He did a comic too. The movie focuses. It's more like adventure and everything's kind of hyped up, but it's got some really interesting visuals. It's fun. And Edgerton, like there's some really fun stuff with him. I don't know how much of a spoiler
you're fine.
It is because it's like Tetris. Like we also kind of know what I like those movies where I know where the end is because it's from real life stuff. But
yeah, but the only thing I don't care for when they do those live adaptations is they have to create scenes that don't exist in real life. Like I kind of prefer the documentaries that you get the real story to. And if you're going to portray it, we have to realize like most of that shit's just made up. Like there's very rare scenes that are like true to life of what's going on.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I don't mind unless it's like what do you call it? Like something that they're taking advantage of, like like people that if it was some kind of tragedy or something, I don't want you hyping that up or like recreating something. But like with this
the crime stuff,
yeah, like some of that stuff I don't care for as well. Or even those Conjuring movies after after a while when they were popular, like you realize that these people were kind of charlatans and stuff.
So I know, and that's what bugs me out about one of the last films, Conjuring films, is because they want to put it off on this ghost stuff, but it was like there was a real murder and real people were affected.
Yeah.
And now it's suddenly entertainment. Me and Mark got into this debate about, death as entertainment. And you're talking about real people who lived through stuff. And if you're doing a documentary, they can choose to participate or not. But when you start telling their story and casting people and putting words in their mouth, it's a completely different thing.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel like about this Pope's Exorcist movie that Russell Crowe's coming out with next week. Like I'm all in for like possession movies. But yeah, I don't know. So it can get.
But it's all like a little.
Yeah, we'll see.
Crazy church shit who doesn't want to deal with like real medical problems in the real world.
Right. Yeah. I think those were a lot more fun before we like dove into all this stuff. Like, oh, wait a minute, there's like you said, real people are kind of like affected by all this stuff. But like these other movies, I feel like they're a little more innocuous like to all this, right? They're not I mean, we know Jordan's doing all right.
Who? Which Jordan? Who are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Michael B. Jordan. I was talking about Michael B. Jordan.
Jesus.
That was a Space Jam 2 joke. If anybody watched that. Um. Anyways, let's Clay, I'll let you take a shot. You got some fun stuff, and then we'll go back to you, Kyle.
I watched a movie from 2010 called Stone, and it is amazing. It's free on Tubi, but it's De Niro, Ed Norton, Mila. How do you say her last name?
Jokovic?
Jovovich.
And Francis Conroy, and it is. I can't believe it. It just flew under the radar. It is probably one of the best Ed Norton films. It is. Robert De Niro plays a guy who oversees people who are going to be released from prison,
Mhm.
and basically, interviews them and gives them his judgment. And Ed Norton comes in, and he has his girlfriend Mila Jovovich like approach him outside of prison to tempt him to help get her husband released. And it is, man, it is just really, really good. Like Mark suggested that we watch this, and we're going to talk about it in depth on Unsocial Spectators. But I really recommend it if you guys. Yeah, it's
I was not expecting Ed Norton in raids.
Oh, okay.
now if he would
I've seen
just
pic- I've
Hulk
seen pictures.
out, I would love to see the Hulk in that.
Oh man, can you imagine trying to get the Hulk to stay still to get like all the raids done?
I think it's been done before in a comic book. I just don't remember which one. Not like an actual Hulk series, but I think there was a time when he was actually having his hair done, like just kind of copacetic and calm.
And it stayed that way. Ed Norton is just so good in this. Like it's so because he goes through such a change. Frances Conroy is listed fourth, and she has more scenes where she just shows her. I mean, she just emotes, and she's just incredible. Like if you saw 6 Feet Under, that's the mom of the show. She was also in probably my favorite season of American Horror Story, The Coven. But she did a lot of seasons of that. Just amazing in this because she's playing against De Niro, and De Niro is just so serious and grim a lot, and she's playing off that, and they're so good together.
It's also nice to see Mila Jovovich outside of the Resident Evil role.
Exactly. And it does like her playing with these actors brings her up a level. Like you can see her in scenes being able to pivot emotions really well, and just she's really a different actress when she's not killing zombies.
Nice.
I watched there's a documentary on Shudder. The third one came out called In Search of Darkness. And it is a series about the horror movies of the 80s. And they interview people from Fangoria, people who starred in films, Phil Noble, Kelly Maroney, and they just go through like really great hidden gems and talk about them in depth. The movie is really long. But if you love documentaries, you can just put it on because it'll talk about like a movie for 10 minutes and then go to another movie and do deep dives and give you tons of info about it.
Is this the thing that's like 10 hours long?
Probably all three movies together are 10 hours.
Okay.
Because it's one you can put on and stop. Like it doesn't all you don't have to watch the whole thing in one sitting. But
Gotcha.
yeah, that's it. In Search of Darkness 3. And it covers Blood Beach, The Boogeyman, some real obscure 80s stuff, a couple of films that I've talked about on here. But if you love horror, this is a great watch.
Cool.
And
I mean, Shudder.
Do we want to talk about Shazam now?
Go for it.
We can. So I was gonna ask you. Well, I think once Josh watches it, we'll probably do like a full stream on it. But we can get some of your initial thoughts and reactions to this film.
Loved it.
I will say the fact that it's already out in VOD doesn't bode well for it. Like it's not a good sign.
Well, and
But it'll be making some money that way.
Yeah.
What sucks though is apparently they've even announced like this was supposed to take place after The Flash. This was supposed to be like the first film going into the new continuity.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
So they're placed in out of order.
Well, I put my faith in James Gunn because wherever they put this and however they fix it, because the things I read was like Dwayne the Rock Johnson had the authority over these extra scenes of what was and wasn't going to be in it, and fuck that guy. Like, it sounded like they had planned some fun stuff, and now they've had to pivot. But I like the pivot in the extra scene. Do we want to talk about that?
Oh, you mean a certain other DC hero shows up?
All right, spoilers for shit.
I didn't say who. I didn't say who.
No. I'm
No.
giving the warning. I'm giving the warning.
Yeah, just a spoiler for the
It's been out for
end credit scene.
And if they say what's true, it wasn't actually her.
Oh, it's not. It's like CGI. Like,
Yeah, well, like they use her face, but they actually used the one woman who played Mary Marvel as the body double.
Really?
no, it's someone else because I follow the.
I thought it was her. I thought it was
TikTok body. No, the body double. She's on TikTok and she was talking about. Like, yeah,
they couldn't get a certain female to come in at the time because of scheduling conflicts.
Well, what would you want to come back? They've already fired her.
Yeah,
I heard it wasn't officially fired yet.
Oh, everything I've seen says that Gal Gadot's out as Wonder Woman. So, like, why would I want to go cameo in a film when I'm like, you don't want me doing this role anymore?
yeah, because that really sucks. Because she was, I loved seeing the Wonder Woman reference in the movie, the Wonder Woman appearance at the end. But Harcourt and Economos show up and ask Billy Batson, they know who he is, to join the Justice Society, and I'm like, oh shit.
Well, okay, I can see two ways. One, I would have loved it because he's been a part of the JSA.
Yeah.
But two, this is a JSA that you're having Amanda Waller run, and I'm like, And
that's what's kind of cool because I kind of like that idea of like, what if she's in charge of the Justice Society?
Did you guys read the Justice League of America from the New 52 when it relaunched?
Yeah. She had her version.
It was Amanda Waller running it, and the concept was that
it was not just she was not running the JSA. She made her own version of the Justice League. So you had the
Justice
that's right.
League, I'm thinking the JLA book,
and then she made the Justice League of America.
But I think the concept was that she wants a Justice League of her own.
Yeah,
you kind of counteract all the members of the Justice League.
Yeah,
like,
in case they ever go evil, they have their own.
Yeah, that was. Cool.
It's pure political motivation because, like, if you think about every time that there's something that really hurts people, it's named something like the Patriot Act. So of course Amanda Waller would take away Task Force X and Suicide Squad and go, no, we're the Justice Society. We're out there doing good. And to get a kid to join it would be really interesting because I think Amanda knows she could manipulate a kid.
You think she knows he's a kid?
They know that it's Billy Batson.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they call him Billy, right?
They call him Billy Batson. Okay. But yeah, Harcourt and Economos show up, which I love. I love both of them.
Yeah.
And that tied into Peacemaker. But did you also notice the guy that was working at the museum?
It's been a minute since I watched it.
No, the guy that was working at the museum is also the guy from Peacemaker who was giving smoking weed with Peacemaker.
The janitor.
Yeah, but I read that they were going to tie it together as brothers, but Shelby said that the credits listed them with the same name.
Oh, okay.
So,
interesting.
But how do you have like in the comics, the Justice Society were like a Silver Age team, Golden Age team that eventually went through time though. At one point, and
never went through time. What happened was basically they were because of spells, because of all the time travel and everything, they were kept young. And then basically, where am I trying to go? We're going with this. Oh no! Now I forgot. Damn it!
Hold on, Kyle's defragging his brain. I always remember that the Justice Society at one point.
No, they were stuck in Ragnarok. Oh,
it was Ragnarok. Okay.
Yeah. And then
go on. Ragnarok.
It was the Seven Soldiers. It was the Seven Soldiers of Victory that were stuck in time, and the JSA and JLA found them and brought them back.
Yeah.
And then in the current run of the JSA, it's the members who are still alive are basically like the historians who are trying to build the new version of the team, like with younger generation, trying to be like teachers for the younger generation who are coming out as new superheroes.
But the Justice Society that was supposed to show up in the film was the Justice Society that we saw in the Black Adam film.
Yeah.
But somehow The Rock had the ability to squash that and make that not happen. Which I'm like going, what actor are you allowing that kind of,
because it was Warner Brothers thinking, oh, we've got The Rock on board, maybe ching ching.
I think
yeah. Let me see how many franchises The Rock has. None. So why the fuck would you do that?
Well,
like,
I think because
he busted the Fast and Furious one.
I mean, he was probably executive producer on the Black Adam film, so like, I know, but now
I really am getting to hate this guy because he screwed up this DC stuff that could have been a lot more fun and just played along.
I think at that point, so here's why I'm not like super mad about it. Like, Warner Brothers has fucked up so much stuff that like why would you even go play ball with them?
You can't totally blame The Rock. I mean, this has been Warner Brothers since day one.
It was probably so as far as like it was probably not the best for the other actors, but yeah, give me 1 second, guys.
And I'm not saying The Rock's innocent. I'm just saying that you can't put the full blame everything on him.
Well, yeah, if you're giving him the power, but then I had read an article. He also received double pay for Hobbs and Shaw over, over Statham and Idris Elba, who are 10 times better than
because
him.
His movies,
because
his movies, no matter how shit they are, make money. The Rock brings in money, and now, granted, Black Adam didn't, but that's because he's jumping to.
What about African Queen? That was a Rock movie that like I don't think I know anyone who saw.
Wait, which one?
African Queen, the remake, the Disney film.
He
did with Emily Blunt.
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
Oh,
what the hell are you?
I'm thinking of Humphrey Bogart.
I'm like African Queen.
I love Jungle Cruise.
And Jungle Cruise wasn't even a remake; it was an original. There's been no other Jungle Cruise movies.
Yeah. That's funny though. I would watch The Rock's African Queen.
I would.
Okay, now the Rock needs to just remake Humphrey Bogart films.
Oh, that's funny because that's the second time I've heard somebody talk about Humphrey Bogart this week. Yeah. I think at that point, like, because The Rock and also like the WB kind of screwed over Cavill and like. They're friends and they're represented by the same agent. So like, it's really all politics of these movies too. Like, it's so weird that we have so much insight into all this stuff now. Cause like back in the day, can you imagine like in the 80s and like early 90s,
yes, I can.
How much of that shit was going on that that the public wasn't even aware of unless you were like looking for it?
I got one because we're talking about like the companies screwing over and just having trouble with the companies.
Sure.
But I know the news has been kind of squashed a little bit, and I was the one saying let's find out the full truth before we start chastising anybody. Kang, how about all the news that's going on with Kang?
I the reason I didn't want to talk about it is because I don't know enough, and there's also not enough news out there. So like,
that's my point. And like everybody was ready to start like jumping. That was my point. Everybody's ready to start jumping on and chastising the dude. It's like, dude. Before we go in and screw somebody's career over, let's get the full story. Let's not just, we're in a decade where now like any little bit of news jumps in and it's like we don't know the full story yet.
I think regardless, it's like, man, it's something that I don't know. It feels weird to talk about it as somebody that's not even involved. Because first of all, there's real people involved in all this.
Well, stuff. I know, but it's going to become part of society where we can't not talk about it. Looking at like with Johnny Depp and everything going on, so it's like
this is how they're going to rewrite it.
Oh Lord.
So, yeah, no, and that's why I hadn't brought it up in any of the others because like I don't have enough insight. I don't.
No, I'm not. I like I said before we jump in. I wish people would stop. Like get the full story before you start. Throwing accusations around.
Yeah, the internet loves to.
Yeah, here we go.
The internet loves to be the first one to talk about something, regardless of what it is, or even if you know what's going on.
Yeah,
which is insane. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll do a full Shazam show once.
This is going to be interesting because we don't know as much as we know about Ezra Miller, but we see the dedication to Ezra Miller from WB.
WB just like. They did not let go. They're like,
and as far as we know, he's going to continue being the Flash. I'm just like,
I know it. You had Gal Gadot, and you're letting her go, but you're keeping Ezra Miller. Whatever.
I mean, I would almost say bring. No, he's bye. Bring in Tyler.
Okay. Here, let me give you something.
Good
You can bring
Tyler.
Henry Cavill back, but he doesn't play Superman. Who do you have him play?
Oh, in the DC. Oh Lord. Oh, Bizarro.
That's what I was gonna say. Bizarre.
That would be great. I love that. That would be so much fun.
I'm gonna say.
I'll just wait for Henry Cavill to do the announcement that he's now in the
Witcher?
MCU playing.
Yeah. Well, Captain Britain.
Yeah, I think so. I think that works. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's British. I mean, just go Captain Britain. Come on.
we'll
What I was
see.
gonna say is, I know a lot of people were hoping to hear them recasting Miller with Grant Gustin, but I have this feeling that I think Grant's kind of done with the Flash. Not like I think he's just burnt out right now.
Have you been watching The Flash, Kyle?
Yeah, and I'll be straight up honest. I mean, it's been it hasn't been horrible, but it's not been anything.
I tried because I was like, this is the last season. I want to.
Yeah,
But I know after the break they're getting in. I think
episode
they're
9.
put up, right?
Episode 9 is going to be where basically they bring Bloodlust, I think his name's back, and it's going to be the Diggle and Oliver are back. It's Green Arrow and Spartan.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the whole Red Dead thing was kind of interesting, but I was like, I don't.
Yeah, it's just there's been no big bad. Like they had what's her name? The woman who took over Batwoman plays Red Death.
Javicia something.
Yeah, and for 5 episodes, then it was just kind of done. It's just like, I mean, I get it's only 13 episodes, but there's no overarching I don't know.
Yeah, I've not heard a good thing about this last season.
Yeah. Have you seen Gotham Knights, Kyle?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
It's not good, but I find it so entertaining.
It's not good, but entertaining.
Yeah, it's so weird. Here, Leonard Kim's got it right. Superman Lois.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Superman and Lois, and they're going hardcore with Superman and Lois this season.
I need to catch up. I need to catch up on that season. Cool. Let's see. So, like I said, we'll do a full.
I do want to jump in this. I'm now officially on board with Daniel. It's not. I wish they would all be in a block, but I am now kind of have hope for sitcoms again because of all the shit I've been watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Night Court, loving. American.
We've been on a roller coaster for that one. Night Court's been up and down, but
I've loved it all. I mean, I think I started off where I wasn't sure, but I've just been enjoying it since then.
I think Carlos is wrong here, but something can be entertaining and not. I don't think Carlos has ever seen the movie that's so bad it's good.
Yeah, I've got a list of them. I mean,
this may have to do. We'll just have to do a show, I guess, to show Carlos that you can have something that's it's not good but entertaining.
But American Auto is actually a lot of fun.
I love that show.
It's becoming like the new Parks and Rec, sort of.
Is the second season picked up because the first season was tough to get through.
Again, so is Parks.
Yeah. I really like American Auto. Like, I think what's his name? Barinholtz, his brother. Like, he really found his groove. Like, he's probably the funniest part. Him and Catherine's assistant, I forget.
Yeah.
Their interactions are like some of my favorite stuff.
Animal Control with Joe McHale, I'm enjoying.
Yeah.
And then have you guys
look good? The commercials don't show anything funny.
It's not. It's once again, it's not very good, but I think it's entertaining.
Yeah. And then Not Dead Yet with Gina Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I don't know. Those are the kind of things that I just like to throw on TV.
Exactly. But I wish it was all in a block, so I had one day to like look forward to, like we used to do it.
Yeah, I usually just watch them all. Like it's like on
Hulu.
Yeah, on Hulu.
Well, they're not on Hulu.
Because I watch all of them. I watch all of them on the next day. ABC they are on Wednesday, I think. So I watch them on Thursday.
And then
I watch the Connors, Abbott Elementary, and then what's the other one you said at the end? Oh, Not Dead Yet. Like those aired on the same night.
Yeah, Animal Control and Not Dead Yet are on Hulu, but Night Court and American Auto are on Peacock.
Yeah, they'll be on Peacock.
Oh, they're on Peacock. Okay, that's why I keep getting those two.
Yeah, because NBC broke out other stuff, so like all the new stuff's not going there anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love sitcoms.
Oh,
good. I'm glad you're having a good time with those.
Kyle. And then I think that we can drop season 3 of Picard. Holy shit!
Is that
they finally got everyone? They finally got the band back together.
Oh, and not even that. Like just the way they're tying in the other series. Oh my fucking god! Like I mean,
I couldn't finish season 1.
You don't
I
need to
just
watch it.
Did
You don't,
not care.
you don't need to watch season 1 or season 2 to watch season 3. Season 3 is the last Star Trek Next Generation film we should have gotten. I mean, this. I mean, in almost some ways, this almost kind of blows First Contact out of the water.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Those are strong words, sir.
Because they're using music, like the end credits. The end credits is a music for the end credits is the theme for First Contact, but it's done theatrically, and they tie everything into DS9 and Voyager hardcore. Like, I mean, you're like they brought Ro Laren back in episode 4.
Is there any way they're able to validate the theme song from Enterprise, though?
I'm hoping.
That's the biggest question.
I
of
would
Star
jump
Trek.
for joy in a heartbeat. Yeah, but we'll see. But yeah, but I mean, do you want to know who the villains are of the season 3?
Yeah.
The Changelings. It's an offshoot. Again, it's always like every race has an offshoot that basically does not want to be part of like, you know, the peaceful. So it's a race of changelings that basically had been taken by Area 31, have been tortured, and have been evolved to have this other powers where they can fully replicate in form of humans, so they can't tell. And then they want to destroy the Federation, and then they've infiltrated Starfleet, and we're going everything back to. We've got Tuvok, we've got Ro Laren, we've got, you know,
Tuvok?
Tuvok makes an appearance in here. Yeah.
Tuvok Shakur.
Jesus.
Are the changelings like the scrolls of the Star Trek
The
universe?
Yeah,
Universe.
they're basically they're the shape changer. Did you ever watch you haven't watched DS9, have you, Daniel?
I don't. I haven't seen much Star Wars. I mean, it's Star Trek.
Wait, no. Let's not go there.
Sorry.
Oh dear God, let's not go there.
No, I've only seen the
Yeah, the new
I've
universe
seen the new
films.
movies, and
Yeah.
I've seen the Wrath of Khan, and I was like, that's pretty good already.
No, it's not good enough.
I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead.
Stop watching
Wait,
Star Wars and go binge on Star Trek for a while.
You don't like?
I
Wrath
would
of
say
Khan?
First Contact is worth it. Nemesis is great if you want to see some
Yeah.
Tom Hardy or Tom. Yeah,
Tom Hardy. Yeah, that's
Tom
right.
Hardy.
I do want to see some Tom Hardy.
Those two are probably the ones I would put at peak next gen.
By the way, for
There are
anybody
days I
that-
would put Insurrection over Nemesis.
anyone that celebrated First Contact Day this week, you know, happy First Contact, belated. I texted my buddy Omar because he's the only outside of you guys, he's the only Star Trek person that he's constantly he constantly texts me about Star Trek, even though I'm not watching the shows. He's like, "Oh, dude, you know, like the last season was so good of what's his
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New World."
This is
Or like-
up there. This is
Yeah,
up there.
he's like-
Yes. You have to.
No,
And he's like, "Dude,
Because
I'm so ready
but
for Picard."
It's because it ends. It's a standalone story. Stranger Worlds is going to be an ongoing series. This one is season 3. You don't have to watch season 1 and 2. I don't count 1 and 2, but I had a hard time getting to 1 and 2. 3, it had me going with episode 1. Because again, they're tying everything together. Season 1 and 2 was just them bringing back Picard, Patrick Stewart's Picard. This one is them encompassing a finalized story for the Next Generation crew, but they're enticing everything in the whole Star Trek universe.
Wednesday night, he texted me like, "New Picard tomorrow." Like, if I'm gonna watch it, he just texted me.
I'll say this: it's kicking the butt off of the new season of Mandalorian. Don't get me wrong, I like the Mandalorian, but season 3 has not been that great.
Impossible.
No.
Impossible.
Season 3 of the Mandalorian has been so janky up and down. Like they don't know how. There's like sometimes I'm not sure what direction they're going with the story. I've enjoyed it, but I'm not sure where they're going with the story sometimes.
I'm gonna suggest you see a doctor for this because there's obviously something wrong. Because the
I'm not the only
Mandalorian
person-
this season has made me question if the first 2 were as great. Because this has been the
No.
funnest, best season.
Two so far.
Every episode I end with, I cheer.
I will say-
I'm so excited.
Mandalorian season 3 is nowhere near as good as season 2. Season 2 has been the best so far.
This
Man.
latest episode, I was like, it was a little bit hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
I think
What the
Jack,
fuck?
There was too
what we
many
do? Jack
cameos.
Black and Christopher Lloyd. They didn't help the story. It was so janky.
yeah, all the cameras
Yeah, but
were,
it doesn't matter. The story is Bo-Katan. Her arc is
that
fucking
part I like.
amazing.
So that
Yeah,
part I like,
Yeah, but
but
that doesn't
it
help
was
the
very
whole episode.
distracting to have
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd, Jack Black, Lizzo. Like it almost felt like an SNL sketch at some points.
If they had done a music sequence with Lizzo or some other kind of junk, it would have been bad. But they just played their roles.
No.
It was a neat cameo to see. But the real story is Bo-Katan and
That part I
the Mandalorian.
like.
I'm gonna make some, and I know I'm gonna get the eyes from Clay here, but season 3 of the Mandalorian is starting to feel like Boba Fett. I love the characters. I love everything in there. I love watching it. But again, this is not the strongest season they've done.
This has been so good. And nothing against Boba Fett. I still loved Boba Fett. I mean, it was fun, but this show, because it had Bo-Katan so much in it, it has made me go back and watch the Clone Wars. I'm going to go back and watch all the cartoon stuff because I skipped it. I really kind of was out on it.
The love for me this season is all of the Rebel stuff they're adding in. That first episode when they're in the Lightspeed time ship and you see the whales, I'm just going, oh, that is so gorgeous. And then they have Zeb, who's in that last episode, previous episode. He's like shows in the bar. I'm like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
they're showing so many different levels of the Empire, and really the amazing thing is showing how if you're just rich, it doesn't matter who's in charge, you're still rich.
Exactly.
Like the society is very similar, and I love how they're telling the stories. Every week, I see Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni's name on it, and I'm like, they know what to do. Like, I get so excited because every week is very serialized in such a short story, but the overall story and the beginning of pulling everyone back to Mandalore and pulling all these people who have different, I don't know, different, how would you say, religious views of the way the Mandalorians should live, being pulled together by Bo-Katan is just been great. Like, I love her being added to this has been so fun.
Oh, no, I love her. I love her
that part too. Yeah, she's great.
But I can't dismiss putting Jack Black in there, putting Lizzo, Christopher Lloyd. They're great to see. I mean, I do love seeing it, you know. But it's so funny because when Christopher Lloyd comes up on screen, you know, I think 99% of people go, "Oh, look, it's Doc Brown," and Shelby goes, "Oh, it's the guy from Suburban Commando."
I think she's a keeper, Clay.
Yes, she is.
So the scene, all the stuff at the palace, to me felt like in Quantumania when they were with Bill Murray. It just took me right out, and I was like, this is.
I'll be sure it must.
No, that Bill Murray scene was rough.
No, episode 4 took me out of the series.
Is that the one with the doctor?
Yeah, when they go back to Coruscant and they have the guy who's trying to like figure out about his technology he'd been working on. It was a whole.
I like that one. I
get it, but it took
eventually come to a point, and if you don't tell that story, you're going to get there, and they're going to be, well, where's this guy been this whole time?
But the way they did it was like I wasn't expecting. Like I was so like I was for episodes 1 through 3. It was so Mandalorian. I was like, okay, and then like we're gonna zip out of here and try to go find a safe place, and then the rest of the episode is just on Coruscant. It's like that. Just I was expecting Mandalorian stuff, and you guys just.
The pacing is a little weird because we'll start with something and go like shoot off in a different. I don't even know how you would do that though. Like, I mean, I'm not smart.
Like I almost would wish they could have gone back and forth if maybe like intertwined, but it would. The whole episode was that, and we just like I just kind of felt taken out. Like it took me out because I was wanting after three phenomenal episodes. I was like more Mandalore men were on Coruscant. Why are we on Coruscant?
Yeah, Leonard Kim's really good at synthesizing what we're trying to say. I think in a nice time.
Ban him.
Never.
No, keep him in. He's my new favorite.
I'm sorry. I've loved this season. I have cheered at episodes because they've been so fun and have just really enjoyed it. I don't care, Jack Black, Lizzo, put in whoever you want to in it. I don't think it distracts from anything. I don't know why you would think it would distract. It's not like Jack Black's doing, you know, any character or something.
I don't know. He was doing Jack Black pretty hard on his.
Yeah. It's Star Wars. It's, you know, if they could easily find a character that would have been representable for Jack Black. I'm saying, but yeah, he was Jack Black in that character. He wasn't really playing anybody who needed.
But like I said, I think it's still enjoyable, and I think it'll be it's good. I like where the story's going overall. I like where the season's going overall.
I mean, it's ultimately defining what happened to the people that worked for the Empire who thought they were doing good, like this doctor who thinks that he could still do good.
Showing the rise of the New Order.
Yeah, and that there's rehabilitation for not only the people but the droids.
So that whole thing with the droids, I really like that stuff because I've always felt like the droids are almost like as close as sentient as they're gonna like you know. So like the fact that they feel like they want a purpose of like their and the logic that they use to like, yeah, we'll serve organics for a few years, but that's nothing compared to our lifespan, right? Yeah, that was I like the scene at the bar. I like all the chases throughout the city. It was really just some of the other stuff that
Just the scene in the landing when they come to the city and you see an R2 unit and a droid that from a distance looks like C3PO, and they're
No.
both just dark
No,
and
I thought
black,
it,
and you know he's going to a different world.
no, I thought it was the pair of killer droids that was
yeah,
in the
from
Vader
Dr.
series.
Afra.
Yeah,
Yeah, the murder
and then I realized that I say this loosely, but the 3PO unit didn't have a 3PO head, which the droid in the comic book did.
Yeah. But we do get to see some cool 3PO units in the bar, like a royal blue one. And
yeah, that was cool. Like the different colors.
I did enjoy the fact that the robots had their own bar.
yeah, like just that they kind of get into this. It's interesting because we've always, like from the beginning, they put resistor bolts on 3PO and R2 in Star Wars to control them. So then there's this concept out there that do droids not have free will in this world?
Do androids dream of electric sheep?
One of my favorite scenes is from the previous episode. And it was or maybe 2 episodes ago, but it was, and I'm going to use this name just because I can't think of the actor's name, but when Kim from Kim's Convenience shows up.
Oh,
on
yeah.
the bench,
Yes.
and he goes, "How did you find us?" "Oh, you have an associate of mine." And RD4 just comes out like, "Nice to see you again, RD4." I'm like, okay, that's kind of badass.
That was great, and I love
love
that he keeps coming back because
I know.
I love that he keeps going back
he's
to
a big
Tatooine.
fan.
What's her name? That runs the repair shop.
Oh,
Amy Sedaris.
yeah.
Yeah. I love seeing Amy Sedaris, and how she's always. I don't know why he keeps going back there because it feels like she's always trying to rip him off. So I don't know.
I just love that, like, he's gone through 2 ships, and we're probably going to see a 3rd ship eventually. I love the ships of the Mandalorians.
He still has a second ship. He hasn't been
Now,
destroyed or anything.
now we have a full Imperial destroyer.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I'm enjoying it. I'm sorry you guys aren't thinking that it's the same level, but like every week it comes on, I get super excited, and by the end of the show, I'm cheering for something. And just seeing this episode play out and how Mando turns over the Darksaber and draws everything together at the end,
Mhm.
I just loved it. And seeing just Bo-Katan, and then she puts the saber on, and how all the other Mandalorians are now part of her following, and that group that she joined.
The Death, not the Death Watch, the Watch they're called.
Yeah, with the armor and everything, and just explaining that she walks in 2 worlds, that she can unite Mandalore.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
this
she
will
saw
be
the beast, right? She saw the beast.
Mythosaur.
That was so cool. Let's talk a little bit about comics before we get into Star Wars again, because we definitely have some Star Wars to talk about. But I do want to chat a little bit about comics. Kyle, I'm gonna let you. Do you have any? Yeah, I'll let you go first. You got a couple comics that I've read as well, so we'll hit those.
The last 2, Spider-Man, which basically is talking about what happened sort of when Mary Jane. Oh,
So this is the Disney variant for that Spider-Man issue that came out this week.
oh,
cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah, but basically, it's kind of talking about like before they relaunched the series, you had Mary Jane and Peter kind of get back together officially, and then they saw this person in white shine, and this kind of talked about the story because how they've been marked by this like person who's trying to become a god.
It's so weird, but I like that they're using Romita's abilities to like those blocky drawings that he's doing. Like they're using that to his full ability because it's all kind of math based. This villain, it's so weird. It's science math based.
But you have Peter come back, and he's kind of going crazy, and so he tries to get the help of the Fantastic Four, and you find out he wants to talk to Reed, but Reed and Sue are on the Skull Planet, and Johnny and Ben are saying basically we're here to help you, but we want to make sure you're not like we want to make sure you are who you are, and you got to stay here. So he gets out, goes running, and he's stopped as Peter by Cap. And so Peter's like, blah blah blah. And then to get away, Peter basically punches Cap right into a brick wall, and then he comes back and he puts a shield up when Peter tries to punch again. He goes, "Look, I'm trying to help you. We can do this. What I see in your eye is PTSD." And then Peter's like, "You're right, but I have to do this." So he uses his power to be able to grab things with a sticky, pulls the shield away, and it slams it right back into Cap against the wall again. And when Cap goes, "Peter, are you still there?" and he looks around, and Peter's gone. It's just like, okay, he just pwned on Cap, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, the story out of Dark Web, like I was kind of hit or miss on it, but I think I'm enjoying it. It's just coming out so fast. That's because I think
I'm okay with that.
It triple ships, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So like,
I'm
you're
okay
getting
with that because
three issues.
the before these last 3 issues, it was the I think it was Todd Davis, or it was the 2 issues they did when
Terry Dodson.
Terry Dodson. It was the episode where basically he goes to the
he's on a date. He's on a date with Black Cat, but like
yeah, and you realize he's giving up on Mary Jane. He like I want to date Felicia, and they're in this spa, and it's just like. And the White Rabbit's back. I'm like, this was actually a lot of. I like how they're going to different creators and artists and stuff.
Yeah. So I think I'll be okay if they do like an arc of like main Peter stuff, and then like a little 2 or 3 of something else that's weird. So we'll see. It's been okay. It's a lot better than when it started, I think.
I love Terry Dotson's art when he was doing when they brought Spider-Man Marvel Knights series out. I thought that was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I love his art.
Yeah. And then let's see what else. Hold on. Where is the so Amazing Spider-Man and then Wolverine 31 and 32. You're kind of getting, but and again, this is what I've only been slightly curious, but this is why I haven't been reading any of the X-Men stuff because it's so all over the place. This is where basically Beast is. He's gone psycho. He's been killing Wolverine, recloning him, killing him, recloning him. This is where Wolverine's trying to basically kind of figure out what's going on. And then you realize Beast, he kills Beast, but a clone comes back. And he goes to like part of Krakoa, and he has this gigantic Krakoa body where he's inside. And he has all these clones of Hank McCoy that he brings out. They're trying, and I just like, where is he going with?
There's some like super wicked imagery on this book, and I just fucking like.
Wow,
this is very out of context, but like,
yeah,
it's pretty. Like, look at all the Wolverines. Look at all the X-Men Wolverines. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's some
I just don't know.
But
why they do Hank like that? Why is
I know
Hank
of all the people,
I don't know
Sinister should have been Sinister, but why Hank?
Marvel hates the Blue Fairy characters in the X-Men because Nightcrawler is getting the shaft too, and then Beast has been getting the shaft from like for years now.
It's time to kill Moira and reboot it again.
Hey, Fall of X is coming, so I don't know what that's gonna mean.
It's time to send them back to Westchester in a mansion where they're teaching kids.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm just kind of done. But like, if they do it, who will remember this time period? Like, will Hank still be remembered as somebody who's like that's that kind of thing? Like Destiny and Mystique seem to be the only 2 that remember or keep those memories between every reboot that Moira's done.
Yeah.
I don't know what this comment was for, but yeah, shout out Philip K. Dick. I love his
comments.
His comments have been amazing.
You said, do androids dream of electric sheep?
I'm thinking of Philip K. Johnson. Never mind.
No, Philip K. Dick is running the simulation that we live in, y'all.
Okay. Got it. I like that.
I'm just going to throw out one more. IDW is doing a new Star Trek DS9 book, which basically, with the dog. I know, but basically, it takes place during the Dominion War, and you find at Cisco, they have a ship that they're trying to get some stuff before they go to the front line, and this takes place sort of near the end. It's right after the Romulans have joined the fleet after he's done his whole like espionage thing, and they get the Romulans to join, but they find a bit of Borg technology that Quark has brought in, and now it's basically. And he's scared, and he at first he has this hatred because the Borg almost killed him and it killed his wife. But then at the end, he's thinking, wait a second, maybe the Borg technology can help us beat the Dominion. And so it's this whole thing where he's kind of like, I think, having PTSD slightly, and they're calling him out on it. But no, I'm fine, trust me. And it's just I'm kind of curious to see where they're going to go with this. So, which has been kind of interesting because they still have the current book Star Trek, which has him back. He had his whole new crew, Scotty and everybody. Except they had brought Worf in, and basically you find out that Kahless, they have the new Kahless that came back in the live action series. He has this new bird of prey where they're trying to kill godlike beings, and Alexander's on there, and Cisco is going to have the ship killed, but then Worf basically goes against him, and he ends up leaving the new ship and leaves and goes to find the Defiant because he's trying to figure out what's going on here, and he starts his own crew. So he starts his own crew with Spock, Ro Laren. I can't think of her name from Voyager. Klingon. Why am I blanking on her name? The Klingon half-breed from Voyager, and then Lore.
I cannot remember her name.
Yeah, me neither.
I
well,
want to
you
say it
under-
starts with an R.
Oh, God damn it.
Sorry, guys. I don't.
Look it
You
up.
know,
Yeah.
Star
hang on.
Trek is not.
Calpedia's down.
No. It's Tom Paris. B'Elanna.
Oh, okay.
R. Yeah, B'Elanna Torres. Yeah, B'Elanna Torres. Yeah, she's on there too. So it's him creating his own thing, and Spock's the one helping him take the Defiant to basically, defect a little bit to try to go on their own mission. And it'll be interesting to see where it kind of goes. But it's a series playing off of the new Star Trek series with Sisko being returned from the Prophets.
I just got a text and this is non-sequential to anything we're talking about, but it's still kind of comics related. My buddy Omar texted me the one I was just talking about.
Yeah.
He sent me a picture of this.
Thor's hammer.
It's like a tomahawk steak,
Oh
and
Lord.
it's called Thor's hammer. I don't know why it's showing this one. It's weird.
That looks very small for.
Hold on, yeah. Let me see if I can get the. Oh,
I'd rather have a Stormbreaker steak.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Where's the? Oh, it's weird. I don't know. It was weird to share. I don't know why it's sharing it weird, but yeah, it was pretty funny that it's called Thor's hammer. I guess the marketing department is on it. Clay, what are you? You got a couple of comics in there.
Yeah, I just finished Akira Volume 1, and I'm just digging it. Like, this is one I wish I had gotten into when I'd seen the movie, because Akira is like one of my favorite cyberpunk films, and I've never done the deep dive into the comics now, and I'm reading them so fast I picked up the next 2 volumes. So that first volume, it's just so much more detail and so much rich storytelling in there that I'm loving it. So if you've never read Akira, I totally recommend it. I've been cataloging a lot of books, so I pulled out a bunch of stuff that I had that I haven't read in a while. And do you guys remember the Solo series?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of tough to look back now, because like a lot of these people, like Tim Sale has passed, Darwin Cook, Richard Corbin, Paul Pope is he's not passed, but he's got an issue.
I was gonna say what?
But yeah, there's just like I think they did collect a hardcover of this. If you want to go back, and it's just their work in each issue. And
I feel like I see those a lot, like a half price. Like I always see them there.
Yeah.
It's totally worth the grab if you want to do a cool dive into just one particular artist.
Nice.
I pulled out Agents of Atlas because Greg Pak, after reading his Age of Rebellion Star Wars stuff, I saw that he had written Agent Wu in this with some other characters I wanted to find out about. So I was pulling this out of my stash. And then one of the greatest DC comic covers of all time, J.L. Apes.
I love it.
I forgot about this, so I went ahead and pulled this out to read.
I love it. I'm gonna go look for that cover. I like it. What number is it? What JLA number is?
That is Annual 3 from 1999.
All right, cool.
And then I found a prestige book that I had that I only bought the first one of, and I was hoping maybe you guys remember this because I don't. JLA created Equal.
I think I vaguely remember that.
Okay, so it says at the bottom, in a world without men, the unborn child of Superman is humanity's last hope. But I bought the first issue and not the second one, so I'm gonna reread it to see maybe why.
Is that like, sounds like the plot of Children of Men?
Exactly. Except the one baby is now like a super baby, maybe. Kyle, you remember these?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Tangent books. I don't remember the JLA one, so pulled that one out. The very weird Heroes Against Hunger book they did back in the 80s.
I remember that.
Yeah, like it's so weird for Lex to say they're dying Superman and not all your power can save them.
What a flex, Lex.
Oh my god.
And a bunch of Lobo stuff, because I really, really hope that Jason Momoa plays Lobo. And so I wanted to just go back through some of the books, some of the comics I have. Most of the other stuff I think I have is in prestige format.
It's going to end up being Roman Reigns.
Oh, no.
Who's that?
Wrestling. He's a current WWE champion.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. He was in Hobbs and Shaw. he was one of the Samoan.
Oh, one of the brothers.
Yeah.
He's a part of one of the most famous Samoan families in wrestling. Like The Rock is his cousin.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
they're all cousins there somehow too. It's weird.
Yeah.
At the library, pick up the Strange Run.
Strange, baby.
Yes.
Good. Well, that's probably the first half, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the first half, and got some Donny Cates because I've never read God Country. I'm super
What?
excited to read this. Yeah, this is
Never
the one
read
I
it.
know he's adapting as a screenplay. So
Yep.
and I know I talked about the Eternals last week, but I put this on hold because my library had the Jack Kirby collection of Eternals that I've been reading and loving. Like he does everything on that book, and then Archie Goodwin's the editor on it. So it's him drawing great Celestials. It takes time to tell the Eternal story. It's really good. It's exciting to see. It is dated in a lot of ways, but the essentials of who the Eternals are, who the Celestials are, and just the layouts are cool. The one bummer is because it's digital. Sometimes when you have a great 2-page splash page from Jack Kirby, it's broken up into one page and then you go to the next page. So it doesn't display it really well, but it's still cool. And it's given me a lot of Eternal knowledge I didn't know to go into that book. So I'll be going into that as soon as I finish it.
Great. I love that run. Let me get through a few. I'll let you show some comics in real quick, but here's some of the stuff I read this week that I really enjoyed. We got reviews for a lot of this stuff on the channel, so make sure to go check those out. Scarlet Witch, the Steve Orlando.
It's actually been really good.
It's been so good. This is probably my favorite issue so far. And Tara Pacelli's just drawing some amazing stuff. I was able to pick up the the Tom King April Fool's covers.
So good.
I tweeted at him where was his Love Everlasting April Fool's cover.
Another great book
from Vault Comics, The Nasty. This is kind of like a slasher horror type of book about imaginary friends. Really cool stuff. Also got a review on the channel for that. I love Vault. They're really good at working with us. They also reprinted this, the Vengeance of Bane.
Oh wow! With
Foil?
the chromium cover.
Yeah. So I love these facsimiles. I know a lot of people don't like them and they don't think that they're like valuable, but I just want to have the physical copy of these books without having to pay like hundreds of dollars for it.
Yeah.
Something I wasn't expecting to enjoy as much, but I should have known. Like Dynamite's doing this Disney Villains series.
That's
this
a
one's
great
Scar
cover.
from The Lion King.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really cool. The name of the artist is Janoy Lindsay. So this is kind of the story kind of told from Scar's point of view of what happened in the Lion King movie. Like even a little not so much a prequel, but kind of like the events leading to everything that he did in the Lion King film. And I've seen the Lion King film more times than I probably wanted to because my cousin loved that film when we were kids, and every time he came to my house, he would want us to play it. So yeah, go check that out. Really fun. And they're doing a Maleficent one.
Yeah.
She is probably my favorite Disney villain because she turns into the coolest dragon. And then last but not least, I haven't read this one, but Scout. This is called Codename Ric Flair. And it's kind of like Ric Flair as a secret agent type of dude. I haven't read it, so I don't know. But Scout's been putting out some pretty fun stuff. So we have Maleficent in the chat. Great.
Whoa.
Shout out. So yeah, those are some of the highlights of what I've been reading this week. So Kyle, you got some stuff to show
Yeah,
us?
just real quick. A couple of trade paperbacks I picked up at half price. They've been doing a lot of like putting I guess they get a whole bunch of stuff in like surplus. So they did a JSA by Jeff Johns, book 2.
Hey.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And then this one I just picked up yesterday in the half price in Plano. Epic Collection Wolverine #1. So it's got the first 10 issues of Marvel Comics Presents and the first 16 issues of Wolverine. And
Are those in color or black and white? Which ones are?
Oh no, this is all
They're color.
All color. Oh yeah.
Oh, is it the
The
Masterworks?
Essentials?
Is it black and white?
Yeah, Essentials are black and white. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Epic are color.
And then this is a toy I picked. This I picked up at Target, but this I just had to get as I've been waiting. Cobra Kai Power Rangers crossover. morphed Daniel LaRusso as the White Crane, our Ranger.
I remember we were on a stream looking at the toys when they announced the.
Yep,
I'm glad you finally got it.
I got this, and I'm like, hell yeah.
I don't
That is-
like
that is cool mashup.
Yeah,
The only thing I don't like is that I don't know why they're doing toys now where you can't see inside the toy.
I know, but Ghost Rider, the three.
Classic
Ooh.
Ghost Rider.
Oh my god, I
That
had
is
to get this
Sick.
with bike.
Which Ghost Rider is that?
Johnny Blaze. This is original Ghost Rider,
Okay.
70s.
Those are sick. And
I hope they do a series of each Ghost Rider with their vehicle.
That'd be cool. Danny Ketch, that
Oh.
would be awesome.
Dude, they can sell some real fun stuff.
Oh, and then the All Rider, the All Rider with not Miles Morales. I'm thinking of the Avengers Forever book, but with that version of Ghost Rider in his car.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean the giant elephant?
No, that's the 1000 BC,
1 million BC.
1 million BC Ghost Rider. But the current one in Avengers Forever, he had his trunk opens a gateway to hell.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. Robbie Reyes.
Yeah, Robbie. Yeah, it was
I was
Robbie
like,
Reyes. I
it's
don't know
not
why I was
Jaime-
thinking it was a different one than the
I was
current
like,
one.
it's not
Which-
Jaime Reyes, but I got Blue Beetle on my mind because of this fucking trailer that we got this week.
Oh,
We need to talk about that trailer.
We do. So let's move along because we got a lot of news. But that was all the comics.
yeah. We're done.
Nick Cage.
Trailer
Bring back
news.
Nick Cage for sure. Ghost Rider.
No,
Give him another shot.
no. We already had Robbie
Yes.
Reyes. No, we already had Robbie Reyes in Agents of Shield. Bring him into the movie universe.
Oh, yeah,
Full
for sure.
Cage. Full Cage.
No
All
Cage.
Ghost Riders.
He's done. He's old. We don't need him anymore.
Whoa.
Sir.
Granted, I want to see Renfield. Renfield looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
I'm over Cage.
You get
That's
two
a Ghost
Nicolas
Rider
in that
Beast
movie.
team up.
Double the Nicholas in that movie. Nicholas Holt and Nicholas
That's
Cage.
true. That's true.
But yeah, let's talk about some of the stuff that we got this week. We'll close out with the Star Wars stuff because we'll watch some trailers.
Always Cage.
Always Cage. Yeah, I was like, who put that on there? I didn't even. Oh, we got greetings from Britain. Shout out. Thanks for watching
Hello.
over there.
Hello.
Thanks for choosing to watch us instead of Star Wars Celebration stuff that's going on over there.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
They might be on break. That's why they're watching us. They might be on.
No,
break.
I got the stream going.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
I'm looking out
Okay.
I'm looking out for any news. They are doing like animatronics and stuff, so maybe. But yeah,
That's fine. I got my bad stuff that I like.
Well-
Everyone's allowed to like Nick Cage.
That stuff.
well, we're gonna invite Lego on the show.
Oh, I mean, come on. He
instead
likes
for-
Snyderverse. I mean, come on. Everybody has a bad thing they like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all wish we were at Star Wars Celebration. It's in London. Cool. I wasn't sure. what
Okay,
part
that
it
makes
was.
sense. That makes sense.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting to the point conventions are especially at that level are just
Yeah.
pricing out. Like if Marvel joins like the Disney presentation or does its own convention, I'm sure
Give
that
it
would be so
time.
expensive
Give it
and just
time.
not even capable of
Kyle,
Bad.
Kyle, the views of Kyle do not represent the views of the Next Station podcast.
we need a banner.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Everybody likes your own cult stuff, so you know.
Yeah.
It's like, there you go.
All right, so let's get
I think
into it.
I think
Let's get into it.
Nicolas Cage has been deemed down to cult status now, so it's like
What if Nicolas Cage showed up in this season of Picard? Would you just totally shit on it?
no, but I'd be like, why?
All right, so real quick, let me know if you guys saw it. So the first thing we got actually was a trailer for Secret Invasion. Did you guys see that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I like
I gotta turn off for a second, but I'll be right back.
All right.
All right. I loved it. I'm super excited for Secret Invasion. I went back and reread the original Secret
Oh,
Invasion. I
please
read
do.
the new run. I read the new run. I'm very curious the direction they're going to go with it because we've had Skrull since the 90s. So has any Skrull been in front of us the whole time and we've never known it?
Well, and like you guys were talking about with the Star Trek stuff, there's always like these kind of offshoot Sela type of like groups, even in even if the Skrulls overall are okay working with us, or maybe after 20 years of seeing humanity devolve, they're like, oh, we're done. You guys obviously are not it. So
Yeah, that would be the twist is if the Skrulls try to take over to save us from ourselves because humanity is just doomed.
Yep. I want to talk about the Blue Beetle one, but let's wait till Kyle gets back for that one. Did you watch the Extraction trailer? The Extraction 2 trailer?
You watched the Extraction
Okay.
trailer.
I love those movies.
I love the first one, and I was like, what the fuck? How are they bringing him back? But it's Crank 2 style, high voltage.
Did you? Yeah, that scene with like kind of it looks like no cuts. I don't know if it's no cuts, but it looks like there's no cuts. So yeah, it's freaking incredible.
It's probably one of the best action films out there.
Yep.
And I put it up there with John Wick.
Dude, John Wick. Oh, Chapter 4. Chef's Kiss. It's probably so far it's my favorite movie this year. Chapter 4. So, yeah, it's. I mean, and I've watched maybe like 20 movies overall this year. I think. Follow me on Letterboxd. You'll know how many movies I watch. Now we also woke up to a Barbie trailer this week.
Yes, which I loved. It was pretty great.
It is so good. I love the bit when she steps out of the heels, but her foot's still yeah, she's still like in the tippy toes. Yeah.
Oh.
But I think we're getting a little bit of what the story is gonna be.
Yeah.
Of like, maybe Barbie is it's gonna definitely No, I don't think the world's ready for the Barbie movie.
Now, did you see who the co-writer was?
No.
Because it says Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, who I just hate.
Oh,
he did a movie called Greenberg that was, when I talk about watching films, I either get something good or bad from it. That was a total fucking waste of my time, and hated it so much that I would not watch any more of his films. And now I'm like going, well, wait a minute.
Well,
he co-wrote shit with Wes Anderson, and now he's co-wrote Barbie. The only thing I can think of is if they get to the real world, he writes the real world stuff because he's just depressing as hell and no fun to watch on.
Well, so the only thing I've seen from him is Marriage Story. It was a movie with Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver on Netflix.
Oh yeah, that looked real uplifting.
Yeah, it's a pretty depressing movie.
If you're in a great mood, hey, turn that one on and it'll change it.
I'm
sorry, I'm gonna have to step away in a few minutes.
Oh, great! So just me. I do a solo show with the chat. Great. Well, give me some questions in the chat. So for when Clay has to step away, hopefully Kyle gets back before that.
Yeah.
What else did we get?
We got an Ahsoka trailer.
Yeah, we'll watch that once everybody's back. I didn't really get to talk about it, but I did watch the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It was entertaining. It was fun. I liked it, but I can see why. I mean, so here's a question for you, Clay, and maybe for the chat. The critics are shitting all over this film, and I think one of their main arguments is that this is a movie that's really only made for kids.
Yeah.
But if the intent of the movie, I mean, this is an Illumination film, and I think it's from the people that did the Minions movies. I feel like that's what their goal is, to make a film that's fun for kids so they can sell them toys.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what the movie's
but
doing.
You got to remember, though, it has such a nostalgic factor because Mario's been around for so long that there is an audience of people who want to revisit that time period or that still play the games that want to see things that they enjoy.
I think you get a lot. I mean, as somebody that's only played a little bit of Mario all over the place, like you get a lot that I was like, oh, that's the thing from that game or the other game. And the song, there was one thing that kind of bothered me a little bit at the end, but it's very very small thing. But like Jack Black as Bowser, I thought he was a lot of fun.
Jack Black is okay here.
Yeah, Jack Black is okay here. Because he's not being Jack Black, he's being Jack Bowser.
I do love his epic beard. I saw him at the premiere. He has that same epic beard, and he had a Bowser jacket with the
I love that.
shells.
I love that.
So
Bowser.
cool.
I'm wearing my Bowser shirt underneath my hoodie, but it's cold out here. Yeah. So let's see if you can see it. Team Bowser, undercover. But But yeah, I think Mike Keegan Michael Key as Toad is unhinged and insane, and it's wild, and I love it. Those were probably my two favorite performances. I think Charlie Day and Chris Pratt, like they were just kind of being themselves, and Seth Rogen. I mean, he said he was just gonna do his own voice.
Yeah, I wanted to argue about this but you said that Seth Rogen has always said that he.
I mean, that's what he told them. That's on the executives and all the producers of the movie because he gave them a heads up. Like, I'm just gonna be doing my voice.
I am curious if they used real voice actors in this film, how much it would change the style.
The only thing I say is Donkey Kong doesn't have a recognizable voice. I don't think because he doesn't really talk.
Yeah.
In anything, whereas Mario and Luigi, like you hear them talk all the time, and you know, and I mean,
it's a me, a Mario.
Yeah, you know what they're supposed to sound like, and they have some of those little jokes in there in the movie. So, yeah, I think it's fine, and it's only an hour and a half. Like, you get through it like super quickly.
That's good.
Like they knew what they're doing. I'm sure there's gonna be more.
90 minutes is my new favorite kind of film.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny though? John Wick is like 2 hours and 49 minutes, and I didn't even feel it.
Yeah, Shazam was over 2 hours, and I was like, but it was so fun. Like I really enjoyed every minute of it.
There are a good 20 minutes of that film that I think you could cut out and it still be like you still kind of get the same.
Yeah.
And then also like how dark it got all at the end. I was not a big fan of like just the lack of lighting. I kind of get what they were going for, but I don't think it fully worked in that last scene. 90-minute Roger Corman way. Yeah.
Yeah, the only man to make a great Fantastic Four film.
Well, no comment there, I guess.
You know what? I think soon I'm going to open up our Discord to anyone, and maybe we'll do a screening of Roger Corman's Fantastic Four in there if anyone wants to join.
Next issue pod theater.
Yeah, the theater will be open.
We'll put a link on the videos for the Discord once it's open.
Yeah, we'll throw it out on the Twitters.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to step away, so you got to run this thing by yourself for a few minutes.
All right, I'll wait for. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a good time while you were here. Make sure to leave us a comment and stuff if you want to talk about some other stuff in the future. But yeah, go ahead, Clay. I'll talk to the chat for a minute till Kyle gets back. All right, chat. Well, if you have any questions or comments or prompts or anything, I can do a little bit of plugs while we wait for everybody to get back. So in the channel this week, we actually have a lot of stuff that we talked about. But most importantly, I think we had a lot of movie reviews. We've had a bunch of movie reviews this week on the channel. We have a review for the Super Mario Bros. Film. We have a review for Air, the Air Jordan movie. We have a bunch of trailer reactions this week as well. For Secret Invasion. Oh, there's Kyle. Clay had to step away as well. I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to ride solo for a little bit. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff on the channel. Now, Kyle, did you watch the what was the other trailer? Oh, did you watch the Across the Spider-Verse, the new trailer?
Yeah, I like it. I'm looking forward to it.
I am very excited to see all those versions of Spider-Man, and I feel like there's a big mislead of like 99 being the kind of an antagonist. I think there's gonna be something else because he's like one that's trying to hunt Miles, like Spidey 99 or 2099.
I was like, wait, 99? Who the hell? Okay, yeah.
2099.
Well, no, I don't think he's trying to hunt him. I think he's trying to stop him. Like, I think the way I got from the trailer was the previous teaser had it like he was hunting him, but this new one made it seem like, oh, they meet up, but he realizes there's a chance that he's going to lose somebody, but he can't because apparently it's supposed to be a fixed point in time that the spiders have to lose somebody to become the Spider-Man they're supposed to be. So that's why I guess he's going to, in this movie, he's supposed to lose his dad, but I think Miles is like, there's no reason why we have to go through grief like that. And they're like, no, it has to, or we're not going to be, you're going to change the whole lineage of the Spider-Verse. So
interesting.
That's what I got from it.
No, okay. No, that makes sense. I think that makes sense. I like that. I'm gonna have to go rewatch.
Spider-Gwen has a meet 99. It looks like he's doing okay at first, but then they start talking about having to like we've all had loss, and he sees his dad drop, and he goes, "Well, I want to see my dad," and that's where they're trying to stop him from going to just do that.
Yeah. I didn't think about it like that. I like that. I like that approach, and I mean, it's just really fun to see all the different versions of Spider-Man. Have you been reading that Spider-Man series that Dan Slott's doing, the one that just finished this week?
Well, it's not officially done yet. It's just the story's done. They're going to have another issue.
Oh, really?
You mean where the yeah. It looks
This
like
is not the last one of this?
No, basically it says next issue. Like there's another one at the end of it. I thought.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's a big thing. Have you read it?
Yeah, I've been reading it. It's been all right.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I mean, have you read this issue or?
Yeah, spoilers for this one. I think the big thing to come out of this one is that they introduced a new character.
Yeah, the new Spider Boy or whatever his name is.
Which is wild because they feels like they're just killing off everyone on this one.
No, they bring everybody back. Like Jessica comes back. Yeah, exactly.
So there's Spider Boy. So
he looks like a scrawny version of Atom Smasher.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if you want the first appearance, go pick this up at the shop.
Yeah. But if you look at it, it should be said next issue. Like.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be done.
I thought that's what at least I thought. Hold on, let me see if was I had.
No, you're right. You're right.
Okay. Yeah. See, number 7.
I didn't turn the last page anymore because we were kind of done, but that makes sense. I thought they were just gonna follow it up with another series or something with like a Spider-Verse actually thing. So we'll see. I don't know. I like seeing different versions of Spider-Man. I like that. It feels like this series had other people that are not really Spider-Man, like the main Spider-Man at the forefront of
exactly, yeah.
Well,
I love they have that one scene in there where they have all the Japanese giant Spider-Man robots. They go Leopardon and this one. I'm like, what the hell? Okay.
Oh yeah, I think you're talking about this one.
Yeah, oh my god, I love that shot.
Yeah, it's really cool. And at first I thought the villain was Blackheart by the way it was drawn in the first issue, but it's not. I mean, whatever this creature is, I forget the name.
It's I thought it was Swarm at first, but it's not. It's just like some wasp looking. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting that the end of the Spider-Verse in the comics, but it's all ongoing still in the movies because this one's supposed to be a 2-parter anyway. So
yeah.
We'll see. What else came out this week? Let's talk about some of the Star Wars stuff, I guess, while Clay gets.
Oh no, here I got one for you, but we can.
Go ahead.
Nerdist published because I have all the talk because I guess James Gunn made an announcement like people are always talking about how they want to do like the Marvel DC crossover. He goes, well, if it ever happens, it'll be a long time down the road. Mm-hmm. And Nerdist did a thing in comics, our dream DC Marvel cinematic crossover projects, and the first one they have is Justice League Avengers.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Second one is X-Men Teen Titans.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know why. I kind of like that one more.
Well, but there was an issue back in '82 that they released.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I like that crossover more than.
Same here. Batman, Spider-Man, Batman, Daredevil.
I don't know about Batman, Spider-Man. That feels like the pairing's off. It may be like Nightwing, Spider-Man would work more for me.
And then Superman, Captain America.
Oh, that one makes sense.
Yeah.
I also would like to see like a Thor, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Or Thor. I mean, not Thor. Or Storm and Wonder Woman. Like,
not right now because we still don't officially have the X-Men in there, so it's got to be somebody that unless you're going to do like your own standalone movie.
Yep. All right, so let's pivot to Star Wars while Clay gets back because I do want to talk about the Blue Beetle trailer real quick, but I'll wait till Clay.
I was gonna say Blue Beetle all the way. I mean, come on.
That might have been my favorite trailer this week.
I'll be sure to be honest. There are two things. I mean, the news was cool, but the only two things I really hyped about, one thing I really hyped about, one thing that was cool was we got a full-length trailer now for the indie movie, and then the news for the new upcoming films. I'm like, okay, but they got to be made first, so it's cool. But I'm just like, I'm kind of the Star Wars stuff for me has been kind of up and down, hit or miss on whether I think it's good or not. But I think like the Ahsoka trailer, holy shit.
Yep. So we have confirmed that James Mangold, director of Logan and what is it, 3:10 to Yuma and stuff like that, he's gonna be directing a movie like that's gonna take way back to the Dawn of the Jedi, and then Dave Filoni's movie will focus on New Republic stuff and close out some like all those other things that they're kind of setting up in the Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, like all those TV shows. Like they have, I think they've been dropping hints of like these have wider impact in the in the world of Star Wars.
Yeah, like he's supposed to do a movie that's going to, I guess, finish up all of the TV shows together.
And then the last thing they announced is that Daisy Ridley is going to come back as Rey to build out a new Jedi Order.
Exactly.
I am very excited for that. I love Rey.
I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to be good.
Yeah, it's definitely the one that's going to be probably criticized the most, just
Yeah.
because of like all the baggage that comes along with the sequels and all that stuff.
The movie dealing with the origin of the Jedi, that might be good because we haven't had a prequel, like an origin sort of like that.
I'm surprised they've never gone back to do like Knights of the Old Republic stuff, because I feel like that's overall, like looking at all the Star Wars stuff, I feel like that's the stuff that most people agree that they like. Like all together have the same opinion of it, like all the KOTOR and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. But we also got some news that they're gonna re-release Return of the Jedi in theaters to celebrate the 40th anniversary.
Okay.
I might go check it out because I don't think I've seen any of the original films in theater.
Okay.
So that'll be fun. And then let's look at the trailer for Indiana Jones while Clay gets back.
This I'm looking forward. I mean, I'm hoping it's going to give us a feel good Indiana Jones film.
Yeah. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Let me switch to my headphones. All right, let's let me go find the trailer for Indiana Jones, because like I said, I don't have a big history with Indiana Jones. But I think it's just because the no comment on any Lucasfilm stuff except Willow. Willow was effing awesome. Did you finish the series?
Of which
Willow,
one?
the Willow live action Willow series.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it got canceled, but.
That's weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, did they not have enough people watch it, or
I don't know. It's hard to tell with them.
I feel like there's some stuff they're just leaving. Like they just still like they keep going even if it's not as successful. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, let's see. You can tell how prepared I was for this part.
It's on YouTube. Just go to YouTube.
Yeah. No, I was just all the connecting it to. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Hopefully you can hear that. All right, so let's look at this Indiana Jones trailer, because I haven't seen this one. I've only seen the teaser stuff.
Oh, really? You haven't seen? Oh, wow. Okay.
Can you hear it? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good song choice. I like that.
I'm retiring.
Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
Same for the goddaughter.
Dad told me you found something on a train during the war. A dial that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy? Don't move.
Please get out of here. Stop! Sorry.
Helena! Dr. Jones, get him.
Yeah, Matt Nicholson.
Hitler made mistakes, and with this, I will correct them all. You stole it. Then you stole it.
And then I stole it. It's called capitalism.
This way!
Fasten your seatbelt. There might be some turbulence.
You've taken your chances, made your mistakes. And now a final triumph.
Give him hell, Indiana Jones! A few times in my life I've seen things. I've been tortured with voodoo. Been shot 9 times.
Once by your father.
Ah, sorry! But I've been looking for this all my life.
Oh, that was very good. That was very good.
I'm like I said, I hope it's going to end up being a good feel good Indiana Jones film.
How many ways can this awesome Danish dude play a villain? Yeah, he's really Matt Pickles is really good.
Yeah.
I feel like Marvel's the only one that kind of dropped the bag with him. Like I like Caecilius, but I feel like he should have been somebody bigger.
No, I mean they dropped they could have made Claw into what Claw should have been. Not so
Yeah.
he should have become like a pure energy form being, which he never did.
So quick question, because like I said, I don't know much about Indiana Jones. Is her dad like somebody we know from the previous movies?
I don't think so. I think this is kind of like a new character.
Okay.
The thing is, if you're adding everything, but everything is tied in no matter what. They were books, comics, and
Yeah.
it's all there was actually I can't remember what, but it was one of these like books for kids. It has the history of all of the Indiana Jones thing. And I think he's been a part of the FBI. He's done all this stuff. He's found aliens, blah blah blah. But he's had so many different friends, and each story is just a new introduction to somebody.
Because I wasn't sure, and it definitely feels like they're setting up. Like if this is successful, it looks like they're setting up Phoebe Waller-Bridge to kind of like keep going with some of that stuff.
It's, John Reese Smith, the guy who goes, "Go Indiana Jones," but he was Sala from Raiders of the Lost Ark and Last Crusade.
Oh, okay.
And then was it the Crystal Skull? John Hurt's character, like he's known Indy for years, but that was the first time we ever met that character.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm excited. It looks good. I like all the. I mean, Matt Mikkelsen is just an amazing villain. So, like, I think it's really fun to see the flashbacks. Like, I think they look really good. The DH stuff. So we'll see. Well, Clay's still not here, so let's watch the Blue Beetle trailer because that one was a banger. Yeah, I think we're just gonna watch trailers till the end of the episode. Now, I think we got a lot of stuff.
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes. You finished scraping the gum off that lounger or what?
Anything right now feels so out of reach.
You always land on your feet, bro. You're Jaime.
They don't get out much. I just want to rap. Jenny?
Guard the habits in your life, but do not open it.
You went in to get us jobs, and all you brought back
Big
was
belly.
a hamburger.
Okay, I don't think it's a burger.
You haven't looked?
What the hell is that?
Big Billy Burger makes an appearance.
How did you get it to do that?
I think he likes me.
Herman.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What the?
Host acquired.
Who said that? Okay, it's gonna be okay.
I think the scene looks really good.
Oh yeah.
Space.
Re-entry systems ready.
Wait, no. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What is going on? I just want to rock.
It's called the Scarab. It's some kind of world-destroying weapon. It's designed to protect its host.
This ain't what you want.
Sometimes it does what you want, and sometimes it doesn't.
Body out of here.
I think I cut a bus in half.
The Scarab chose you, but it belongs to me.
That love you feel for your family makes you weak.
I just want to rock. You don't kill my dog, stand on my money, no, you're on my side.
The universe has sent you a gift, and you have to figure out what you're gonna do with it.
That's my heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
This is my favorite part.
I know.
Let's party.
Nice choice.
I just want to rock.
Whoa. It's like Batman stuff. Batman's a fascist.
He's not wrong.
George Lopez speaks the truth.
Oh my
Yes.
god, that movie. And I'm already I'm already a fan of that actor because of Cobra Kai. So seeing him jump into this, it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
My one complaint that I did want to say, they show way too much. They show way too much. They basically show the
I hate
entire
to say-
suit origin.
But with the way, but no, we don't know we don't know the full origin. We just know he gets it from a company. We don't know the full origin just yet.
I think
And
there's
also-
more.
yeah.
There's more Reach stuff that we haven't even seen
Oh,
in the
exactly.
trailer.
But I had to say this much: at the point that DC is going right now, they need to show more stuff to get people interested.
Yeah, yeah. But this is cool. So I was gonna ask you guys.
And we get the
I know
bug.
they give us a few comics to read at the end, which is I love that. I love that DC's been doing that.
Yeah.
God, Marvel, just look. I know you guys don't like to do what each other does, but steal this from DC. Just do it. Just put some comics at the end of your stuff, so like people will go buy them. I haven't read. I don't think I read the Keith Giffen Blue Beetle stuff that they're showing here at the end. So maybe that's a good recommendation, or maybe something to read. I'm reading Graduation Day, so that's that one for sure. And I've read Infinite Crisis. But have you guys read that one, the Keith Giffen?
I haven't really read any of
John
them.
Rogers.
I haven't read any of them.
Cully Hamner's in it too. Okay, I mean that's probably a good book. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. It looks
It
so
looks
much
fun
fun.
as hell.
I love I want Jaime to be like, yeah, I'm a big fan of like Berserk or Bleach or something like where that's where he got the idea for the giant sword.
Yeah.
So cool. All right, let's take a look at the Ahsoka trailer, and then we'll close out the show with that. Because I think that's what we were kind of waiting on. We did talk a little bit about the Star Wars stuff, and we watched the indie trailer, Clay.
Oh, that's
while you
fine.
were
That's
away,
fine. I've
so-
already seen it, and I'm excited for it. My only concern is the way the last film went.
Wait, what? Wait, what are you talking about?
Crystal Skull.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I heard.
I'm sorry to remind you of that terrible movie.
Sorry, I was looking something up and I heard Ahsoka, and then you're saying the last one. Like,
Yeah,
Ahsoka's
no,
supposed to be
yeah.
a TV series. Sorry. Okay.
I'll definitely go back and rewatch all the indie movies before that one.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. All right, here we go. Here's the trailer for Ahsoka.
So ready.
Something's coming. Something dark.
I love that move. It's right out of the Clone Wars.
This is a new beginning. For some, war. For others, power.
It's been a while.
Things have changed. I started hearing whispers.
Oh,
Thrawn's return. As heir to the Empire. We have to prepare for the worst. The Jedi fell a long time ago. There aren't many left.
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
so that droid is supposed to be David Tennant
Yeah.
because he voices him in the show. He voices him in the show. So the droid, everyone that doesn't have a red lightsaber is from either Clone Wars or Rebels.
Yeah.
And I think one of them is from either Boba Fett or Mandalorian. She had the sign, like she fought Ahsoka in the temple with the Beskar spear.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's Ray Stevens, right? The
Is that Ray
that's-
Stevens?
Is it? Hold on, let me see. I think Siri, I'm not talking to you. Jesus Christ. Oh, she went away. That was rude of me. Ray Stevenson, sorry. Well, is it?
Ray Stevenson,
Yeah, it
the
is Ray
Punisher.
Stevenson.
Punisher.
Okay.
Yeah. So because a lot of people thought he was gonna be Thrawn, but obviously he's not Thrawn, right? He's somebody else with a red lightsaber, so he could be like an Inquisitor or something like that. And then we also have Ivana Sakno, as she's the other red lightsaber user that we see in the trailer, but I don't know who those people are. I haven't read the Thrawn books.
Something from the Clone Wars sisters or something. Like a friend of mine sent me the text yesterday. They're actually, the blonde that shows in that one scene is brand new, but she might be from an order that was in the Clone Wars, dark side or Force users from the Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's interesting
okay.
when you pull up the cast, like who they list, and some don't have names.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Ray Stevenson plays a character named Babylon, who's a former Jedi who survived Order 66. And then Shin, the blonde, is a disciple of him. So interesting. I'm very excited. I love the character of Ahsoka, and I'm a big fan of the latter season of Rebels. Season 1, not so much, but after that.
Oh, I loved all 3 seasons.
I couldn't watch the first season, so I've never seen the rest. So I'm going through Clone Wars, then I'm going to hit Rebels and
see, I love season 1 of Clone Wars. I know Rebels. Sorry, Rebels.
I skipped it. I just watched the recap, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I went on to the next ones, and I really enjoyed it. Maybe I'll go back and watch it. I don't think I need to, but yeah, really looks really fun. Just I don't know, like this one looks like it's gonna be.
Yeah, the most important names I see on it are the executive producers Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni.
You know what else was really cool when I was watching it for the first time? The Lucasfilm logo is red instead of green.
Yeah.
Which like I was like, oh, there's some dark forces here. But yeah, I can't wait to figure out who Thrawn is because he's such an iconic character from the show and
the books.
Heir
of the Empire.
Yeah, even from the books, right?
Hence why they say heir to the Empire in this show.
Yeah.
So then hopefully the people who have never read those, like I remember reading those books, and again, like I said before, like rarely do the films transfer to like novels and comics. That's one of the few that really is fantastic. Like I love that series.
Yeah, I think I've read the first Thrawn book was adapted into a comic by Jody Houser. So I've read that. And I have the audiobooks of the other stuff, so I'll probably be watching those. I mean, I'll be listening to those later on too, but I'm very excited. This week was good. I'm very excited about what's to come with both like DC. I mean, really everything DC, Marvel, like just everybody's putting out good stuff.
I'm seeing news reports of they have Grand Admiral Thrawn who's playing him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lars
Breaking news?
Mikkelsen.
Who? Say it again.
Lars Mikkelsen.
Oh, that's Matt Mikkelsen's brother. That makes sense. He voiced them in the shows.
Yeah. Did you see the other? Okay, now this week on Mando, there was another guest star who gave a voice to a Mon Calamari. Did y'all see who that was?
No.
Tom Holland's brother.
Oh,
interesting.
He played the Mon Calamari prince.
The only thing I want to know is, and they've hinted, but they haven't announced anything, is are we going to get, since Thrawn's coming back, are we going to get a live action version of Ezra?
What so that was Sabine was looking at the hologram of him.
But that doesn't mean that they found him. It doesn't mean that was from Rebels. That doesn't mean that he's back yet.
That's true.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, because but if Thrawn's coming back, they kind of both like.
I know. I'm just saying.
Spoilers for Rebels, I guess, but they both kind of fucked off together at the end. So.
Well.
So we'll see.
I'm just hyped for Rosario Dawson. Like I recently watched an interview with her talking about being in Clerks
3,
and I think this was from Clerks 2 because she talked about like all the different universes and being a part of the View Askew universe. And she goes, "I want to be in every universe." So she's been Night Nurse and now Ahsoka. It's like what She hasn't done Star Trek yet, but hey, fingers crossed. We'll see her show up in
Well,
there because she brings
wait,
something to every fucking what.
We didn't talk about it. And they have a teaser for it. The new Muppet series, Mayhem.
Yeah, that looks fun.
But watch her maybe show up in there.
That would be great.
Has she been in a DC thing?
I don't think so. She's been in Archie.
Yeah, she's been in the Kevin Smith.
I mean, she was in,
Who would you cast her in DC?
She's maybe Hawk Girl.
Nah.
Oh, I like that, but I lean towards The Question.
That's not bad. Oh, Renee Montoya. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, because we've seen Renee Montoya, but we've never seen the female Question show up at all. We've always seen Vic, so I would kind of love to see her play that kind of role.
Vixen.
I see more. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just not a big Vixen fan, so it's tough to really like commit to that.
Yeah, outside of the Justice League cartoon, I don't think I've read much or any Vixen stuff.
Well, Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow.
That's true. That's true. Get her. She was good.
Well, no, not even that. Not even Justice League. She had her own fucking. W made her own series too.
Like the little animated short, animated.
Yeah, that counts. I mean, I watched it.
That counts. I watched it.
I'm saying it counts. I'm just saying. You know. What? God, who else is there?
Wow, like.
I like Kyle's logic. I watched it. It counts.
It counts. Damn it.
Yeah. Who in the
DC let us know in the chat if you have any. I'm really bad.
Maybe Hawk Girl. Maybe Hawk Girl.
Yeah.
I do think she would dominate as a Hawk Girl. Like, God, she would. Be
and she can do like.
Come on.
Mando stuff where she doesn't have to do any of the big stunts or anything because she's wearing the.
Well, not even that. Like, I mean, she's pretty much around the same age as the guy who played Hawkman in, from Leverage.
Oh yeah,
that's true. That's true.
I rewatched the end of Men in Black 2 yesterday while I was doing some stuff on my computer. I forgot she was like the main part of that whole movie.
No, I got one for you. Like my first time ever seeing who she was, 2000. There was a movie called Down to You with Julia Stiles and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh,
and she's one of the main cast. I own the movie on DVD, but yeah, she's one of the main cast members in that.
Yeah, but have y'all seen her in Kids?
Yep,
that's like her first movie.
Well,
it's a dark film. It's a dark film.
No, it's her and what's the other one? God, I'm blanking on her fucking name. The main chick in there.
Yeah, I know.
The only thing I know about Kids is from that Eminem song, and that's it. So I was like, no, I think I'm gonna stay away.
Is it not Zooey Deschanel? Damn it.
No, I'm looking it up now.
A friend of mine has a major crush on her since like day one, but I'm trying to think.
Chloe
Sevigny.
Yeah. Yeah, because what was she on recently? I thought I saw her on a show recently, but
you got the link. Click on it.
Yeah, right.
No, it was an old show that I was watching. She had a run on the Mindy Project.
Oh, okay.
Well, she was also in I can't think of the fucking name. It was about the Mormons with Bill Paxton.
Oh yeah, Big Love.
Big Love, yeah.
Yeah, she did Poker Face, so I guess she shows up in there in an episode.
Oh, interesting. I need to get back on that show.
Yeah, I haven't started it yet. It's going to be one I'm just going to sit and binge the whole thing.
Right. We've got to the portion of the show where we can't remember anything that we.
Yeah, I think we're almost kind of drained.
Let's go with some recommendations. I have one. Well, if you guys need a little time to think. So over the last week, I got to be on a stream with my buddies at IFLC because my friend Judah, his Kickstarter was for his comic that he wrote was published, and I mean it was successful. So his comic will be out, pretty soon.
Nice.
But I got to be on there with another friend, very successful YouTuber, Blur Without Fear, Ernie. His stream is about to go live, or it's already gone live right now. They're talking about all the stuff we got like this week. I like his thumbnails; they're always really good. So yeah, go check that out. Go check out Blur Without Fear. I don't need to promote him. His YouTube channel is really, really big, but still, go check it out because Ernie's a cool dude. So do you guys have anything to plug or to recommend?
I'm done.
My recommendation is Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Like, I just had a blast. I've read just a few Shazam comics, so I mean, I'm not holding it to such to the book so critically, but all the actors do that great balance of being a kid adult. I mean, Zachary Levi, I hope they keep. I hope James Gunn keeps him into the next iteration of.
I think they will.
If not, at least keep Asher Angel because he's such a good Billy.
Yeah, he is. But everybody's great. Like, I mean, it was really good to see them all get like balanced scenes of who they can be, and then exploring just different realms and just the magic of the DCU. Like, anytime shit would happen, I'd be like, "Well, wait a minute," and then I'd just go, "Well, it's magic."
Yeah,
just magic kind of explains away a lot of shit.
We'll have a full show on Shazam once Josh. I don't know if Josh has seen it. Maybe we'll do that next week. I'll ask him. Maybe if Josh has seen it, we'll just do a Shazam for the main topic.
Yeah, but I don't know why people were so critical of this one. I felt like I had a blast. I will say the one complaint is they wasted Lucy Liu a lot because in the end she was just flying a dragon, so it really just kind of looked like Shazam battling the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle, did you? Oh, you haven't seen, but there's a special cameo from the old show, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. And he actually calls him Captain Marvel in the movie.
Nice.
Even I could tell.
So I mean, that was really cool because I jumped out of my seat. Was just like, and Shelby's too young to remember.
real quick bit of trivia is the actress who plays Mary Marvel is the only actor to play her normal a child self and a hero self.
Yeah.
Yep. The new champion is Shazam. Go read that comic. It's really good.
I read a little bit. It's not bad.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that's it. We had a really fun show. I had a good time. I always love doing these. So we'll stay tuned on the channel. We'll have more stuff. Bunch of comic reviews. A lot of indie comics for next week because I got a bunch of reviews for that. So stay tuned for that. We will have another House of the Ravens of Everkeep Vanish podcast episode sometime pretty soon. So make sure to go check those out. And you should also be able to watch these episodes now on the podcast feed of our channel. I'm moving everything over there to that playlist.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works, but hopefully it's more accessible to people at least. So yeah, learning here with all the YouTube. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers, which is fucking insane.
Nice.
We're about to hit 1,600 pretty soon. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, pretty exciting week as far as like media announcements. We'll see if it continues. And then maybe if we do a little Renfield thing, we'll hit up my buddy Lego.
Cool.
They come talk about Nick Cage goodness.
Yeah.
And we'll tag Kyle. Well, I'll schedule that one for the first Saturday of the month, Kyle. So that way, if you're at the toy show,
so you want to talk about cult stuff? Okay, that's fine.
I was vamping because I was looking for the fucking outro and I can never find it.
It's at the bottom now. I did it all the way down at the bottom.
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for joining
share,
us,
like,
y'all.
subscribe. Bye, guys.
See ya.
The most important thing in life will always be the people in this room. Right here. Right now. Salute, mi familia. Salute.
Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Little loves you.
Oh, yeah. Clay?
Hail Bebo.
Josh?
Simon Center, get the fuck out.